you can get a pulse from the workers. You can get an understanding of where the pressure points are within the business. Talking to them, you get an understanding of their passion for the job or their motivation, and also their lack of motivation and lack of passion. And then you can kind of see, well, hold on, there's something else sinister going on here. Boeing would be a classic example where the whistleblower came out and kind of went, no, I just didn't like what's going on here. Whether, people can have their own viewpoints on where and what the issues there are, but obviously it's high profile. There's been incidents, there's been more recent incidents again. Yet, they've got a production line that's not releasing product to their customers. Their customers are screaming at them.
Right.
People probably don't calculate or don't take as much interest in losing a client. But when safety gets hit, it's usually a catastrophic event or a major failure.
One of the worst accidents in United States history was one of the shuttlecrafts.
Yeah.
There was overwhelming evidence and data that if you flew the shuttlecraft below 32 degrees, not to get technical, the O-rings were going to fail and you're going to get blow-by.
Yeah.
Warden Thiokol screamed and yelled and said, don't do this.
Yeah.
But because the folks that were running the program had deadlines to meet, they took a risk with somebody else's life. And people died. Same thing in business at a less kind of, but it's, you walk in, you talk to the people on the floor. When was the last time the boss talked to you? What did they talk to you about? What do you do every day? And then as you start to get it from the customer or the employees or associates perspective, it's always good, in my opinion, look at what KPIs are you tracking? The KPIs are, we expect the business to do these things. Oh, okay. So you're telling me that these things are important to drive revenue. As you start to look at the KPIs, you may start to see some trends in the KPIs that go, well, you're only really focused on quantity, not quality, right? So KPIs, if they're, in my experience, they're usually a blend of quantitative and qualitative output. And again, if you're only looking at quantitative things, then you really have to bring that, that notion in and say, hey, you need to really blend these KPIs so that it's qualitative and quantitative at the same time. But again, I always look at the business through the eye of the person who's responsible for the activity, because they're under pressure. They have a family to feed. And sometimes, they'll make a decision that says, I'm going to cut this cost. I'm going to make this decision, because if I don't deliver, then my job is at stake and I can't feed my family. So you have to help the person say, okay, let's go back upstream. And how do you make the right decision? But you have to also help them figure out how to be successful too. You have to have both. Or the business goes out of business, the people fail, and you just can't do that. So that's what complicates it for me is you just don't solve an issue, a safety issue, a quality issue. You have to help improve the whole output of the business at the same time.